Hey, it says this Hangout is on the air. The Hangout is live. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. This is Lunch with Len on November 22nd. My goodness, there's not very many shopping days left till Christmas, are there? Let me just be sort of straightforward and honest with everybody who's here, and I'm glad you're here. But I didn't plan much for today, and the reason is because of the disaster we had last Thursday. I still have no clue what went wrong last Thursday, and neither does Jim. We've gone back through. There's been multiple emails back and forth, and we just simply couldn't launch the webinar for some reason. That's very strange. And so I've been treading with. This is the first time I've really tried to launch a webinar since last Thursday. I have launched several test webinars, but this is the first real one. And I didn't want to plan very much because I didn't know if it was going to work or not.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I have to say. So we might not be here very long today. I did want to tell everybody, and yeah, I'm going to be, this is a little salesy, but forgive me, but I'm going to. I want to make sure everybody's aware of the fact, and that if you didn't pick it up last year, that Ray Higdon has relaunched the 3-minute expert course, and it's new and upgraded and got some new bonuses and stuff. And I mean, quite honestly, I did buy the course last year and I went through it, and quite honestly, it's really an incredibly good course. So that's out there. And well, I'm not going to ask who has it, who doesn't.
I bought it last year, but I have not even gone through it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I just put a link in the chat. He had an interview. Ray had an interview that he did too, and that link in the chat takes you out to the interview it was done with what's the name of the outfit? What a Great Idea. Interviewed Ray Higdon, and that interview's out there. The interview's free. So, and he's got a series of videos out there also that are free. So there's a lot of free material out there, even if you don't pick up the course. And if you didn't pick up the course last year and you can afford it, I'd highly recommend picking it up. It is a good course, and it's very thorough, very complete. That's all I'll say about that. So the other day I saw a post on somewhere. I'm honestly not sure where. I can't find it right now. But it was a post about something that was supposed to have strawberries in it. And there was no strawberries. There was something else, colored pieces of apple or something. So that started me going down a different path. And I'm becoming, I advertised today's Lunch with Len as let's talk a little bit about food. So I was in the store yesterday, and there was a box of blueberry muffin mix. And I thought, blueberry muffins. I haven't had blueberry muffins for breakfast in a while, so I'll go get me some blueberry muffins. And I started to think about it. I actually got the box and made the muffins. And then I started reading the ingredients. Now, you would think that blueberry muffins have blueberries in them, wouldn't you? Would anybody expect blueberries to be in blueberry muffins?
Yes.
Nobody's talking?
Blueberry.
Huh?
Preserved blueberries in a box.
Say that again, Bill?
You cannot preserve the blueberries in a box.
Right. Well, I don't. So what's in here?
If you look on there, you probably got a label that this product's good through for 6 months or something.
Right.
Blueberries don't last 6 months.
Right. Well, I can tell you there's no blueberries in it. What there is, is Blue 2 Lake dye. There's a dye in it. So then I went, last week I bought a box of Crusteau complete pancake mix, blueberry, light and fluffy. There's the ingredients. There's no blueberries in it. There is blue 2 and blue 1 dye. So I dug through the box and I picked up this little thing. This is, if I saw this on the floor, I'd pick it up carefully with a paper towel and then I'd spray my hands with sanitizer because it looks like a mouse turd. It's blue. That's about all I can say about it. And so all of this started me down a path of being more careful about looking at the ingredients on these boxes of stuff we're buying. Has anybody seen the blog post I wrote about glyphosate? It's basically in everything. If you haven't, you might want to consider going back and looking at it. Cheerios have 1,000 times more glyphosate in them than they're supposed to have. Glyphosate is Roundup. It's the weed killer. It's in everything. It's in fundamentally, basically in just about everything. So, I mean, I don't know what to say about this, but I mean, you know, our food supply is really incredible. Someone else is out there, I think. Wait, no, just us. At any rate, just the whole thing about looking at our food supply. I was going and doing some research, a little bit more research today, and I guess I closed the article. I know you can see me. Food dyes. Okay. I'm going to read this. I could do a screen share, but I'm going to read it. This comes from an article about food dyes, and it says we've already discussed how MSG, BHA, and BHT and pesticides are all contributing to what I have coined as the ADHD phenomena. Red number 40 is also a big contributor. So just to sum it up, the food industries are putting these chemicals in our food that are causing our children to become sick. Then we have to pay money for the doctors to give us more drugs for our children to take. It's a vicious cycle. And this woman was writing about ADHD because ADHD is on the rise. So, hi, Larry. I'm going to click you over if you want to come over. That's all. I mean, again, I just started down this path of looking more carefully at what's actually in the food that we're picking up off the shelf. I mean, stuff that I've been using for years. And I mean, you would, again, like I said, I don't know, maybe I'm naive. I would expect a box that says it's blueberry pancake mix to have blueberries in it.
Well, just so you know, I read an article last week in California just passed a law that even organic processed food has chemicals in there. And they're passing laws to, so even if it says USDA organic, there's still chemicals in there. So
yeah,
if it's any kind of processed food, there's chemicals in there. So
yeah. So. And it's even gotten worse. Now, in fact, I saw an article this morning, and I don't know if I think I put it over on Lens Healthy Aging, but I saw an article this morning about the groundwater contamination in California. California produces something like 30 or 40% of the nation's vegetables, and the groundwater is contaminated with petroleum products that's being used to water plants. So, you know, and so the question is, what is that going to do, and what's the long-term impact of that? And the answer is nobody knows, really. And the petroleum companies won't even tell the farmers what's in the water. Huh?
Larry doesn't realize the sound is on.
Say that again. What's that?
Larry doesn't realize that he has the sound on.
His sound.
Yeah, he didn't mute himself. Now we will. Larry, can you hear us?
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot what's that camera. Let me mute.
That's okay. At any rate, I was just again, as I said before, for those of you who came in late, there was two things. One is, this is the first time I've tried to launch a real webinar since the debacle last Thursday, and the webinars on air total collapse. I don't think it was webinars on air's fault. I think it was a Google problem, but nevertheless, we couldn't launch. We couldn't get anybody on the webinar. And I've been experimenting with it and playing with it, and I'm trying to make sure today that we really can launch a real webinar again. So, everything appears to be working right. And then the other thing is, I just wanted to point out some of the things that I've seen about the food in the last few days that I've been looking at, and just putting it out there. I don't have a real agenda. It's just that.
What's the status on Toxic Thursdays?
No idea.
Look, we're in limbo, huh?
All I can tell you is that Jackson keeps saying that he's looking for an appropriate webinar platform that will do what he wants to do. That's really all I know, and I can't tell you. I really don't know. So anybody else have any comments or anything about any of this stuff, or should we call it a day? What do you guys think? You're being quiet, Bill.
I got to tell you, I really hate these super long webinars.
Yeah.
I've been on here a whole 3 minutes. Sorry about that.
What started this off, Larry, is blueberries in your blueberry pancake mix. So here's what came out of my blueberry pancake mix. If I picked it up off the floor, I would spray my hands with sanitizer after I was done handling it, because it looks like a mouse turd. Bill points out that blueberries can't survive in a box, but
actually, there is a thing where, so much in certain things that certain amount of mouse turds and rat turds are acceptable.
Yeah,
and that's a totally gross thing.
Yeah, we don't even want to go there. But what I was sort of complaining about here is, it came to my attention recently that we have a lot of products that say they have things in them that aren't in them, and it started with an article I saw about something that was supposed to have strawberries in it, and it didn't have strawberries. There were no strawberries in the product. There was pink-colored apple pieces, And here I am. I'm looking at my blueberry muffin mix, and I'm going, "Where's the blueberries?" There aren't any. And you're right, Bill. I remember one manufacturer had a blueberry muffin mix where the blueberries were in a can in the muffin mix. So,
what I was fixing to say, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least it has a can. At least it has blueberries in it, instead of some little rat turd that's colored with blue 40 dye, which is.
I think you could advertise something.
What's that?
I didn't think you could get away with advertising on a box that wasn't in the product. You should have blueberries in there.
Well, this box says blueberry muffin mix, and it just says artificially and naturally flavored, presumably flavored with beaver bud. I don't know. And if those of you who don't understand that comment, there was a Toxic Talk that we did a few weeks back about artificial flavoring and what it really means and what's probably in there. But this one at least says imitation blueberries. It does actually say imitation blueberries.
That's how they get away with it.
But yeah, this one doesn't even say imitation blueberries. It just says blueberry muffin mix, and there's nothing. If I look around the box, maybe if I look in the fine print somewhere, I'll see something that says imitation blueberries, but I don't. It just says artificial and naturally flavored blueberry muffin mix. And there's no blueberries in it. If you read the ingredients, there's no blueberries.
Well, they find ways around that stuff. Like, they can advertise 0 trans fats, but all it has to have is less than a gram of trans fat per serving.
Right.
Servings, you're actually eating 2.5 grams of trans fat, but because it says 0 trans fats, you think you're getting none. So they figure out ways around that stuff, and there's laws that do that.
Right. So all I'm suggesting is we need to be a lot more careful of starting to read the labels and look at what it is we're buying off the shelf and what we're putting in our bodies if we want to survive this. That's it. That's all I had for today. We're actually running a webinar. I am doing Digging for Gold at 5 o'clock today. We have some new stuff we're going to cover about Twitter, and I don't think we're going to do lunch with Len on Thursday. I'm going to be here, but I don't see Thursday as the day we should be bothered with lunch with Len unless someone else there wants to spend time on a webinar with me. So we'll be back next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, Tina Schreier we're going to try to do Tina again next Tuesday. We seem to have whatever happened.
Whoa. Try to do Tina? Come on now. Let's keep it clean.
Yeah. So.
Hey, Len, what happened to doing the monthly members from MLSP? Did that fall through, or how's that going?
No, in fact, I have week after next. I actually have Leah Ray and Todd Getz as guests, so I'm working on it.
Okay, cool. I got some questions for him.
Yeah, and by the way, for those of you, just in case you don't know, they are on again tomorrow night on the MLSP weekly webinar. It's a Q&A tomorrow night, and I talked to Leah yesterday. Really nice people, absolutely incredible people. So yeah, so I'm working on it.
Called me last night.
Cool.
Hey, is the webinar replay in the back office? I've never been able to find it last Wednesdays.
It is there now. It was
Yeah, it's
not
there now.
Yeah, I don't know when it went up. I can tell you that it was not there 2 days ago.
Okay.
And sometime yesterday it went up. What's that, Bill?
There, it's in the back office under recent training.
Yeah.
Down at the bottom.
So.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was not there the other day.
No, that's true. It wasn't. And I think it went up maybe on Sunday, or maybe yesterday early in the day sometime.
And
Because
I found a new way to quit smoking.
what's that?
I found a new natural way to quit smoking.
What's that?
I read it in the daily health bulletin that I get. A half a cup of orange juice and a teaspoon of cream of tartar for 30 days, and they swear that you will be a non-smoker.
Okay.
So I got the stuff yesterday. I'll give it a try.
Okay. Good for you.
Well, just so you know, orange juice, if you buy in a store, all that orange juice isn't real. It's all chemically made. So if you hand squeeze the oranges, that's the only way you get a real orange juice.
Is that right? There's no real orange juice in the store?
Nope, all this stuff has flavor packets in it. What they do is they take the leftover oranges, the ones that have no flavor and they're about to rot. That's why every orange juice tastes different. If you drink like Minute Maid and drink another one that tastes different, it's because they have flavor packets and they just put big orange scoops of flavoring in there, and that's what it is. So you buy concentrated, or if you buy it in the container, it's just crap.
It's a good thing I quit drinking orange juice.
So the only way you can get real orange juice is by buying organic orange juice or oranges and squeezing them yourself.
Okay.
I'm sure Chris is thanking you for that, Rick.
Well, you just replace one chemical with another. So
Maybe the cigarettes are less harmful than the orange juice.
Remember, I buy the ones that are supposed to not have all the chemicals in them.
The cigarettes?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, listen, you folks all have a happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully see you on Digging for Gold tonight, and if not, we'll see you next Tuesday. And Tina Schreier will be our guest on Lunch with Len on Tuesday.
Okay.
All right, assuming we can run a webinar.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
For those of you who are with me on the Asante team, we will have a team meeting Monday morning, and so we'll see you Monday.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Bye.
Have a good one, guys and girls. Bye for now.